A historical event in the cultural capital of Lithuania, Alytus. Two of art's greats in one exhibition, from the collection of Shmuel Tatz, which has no equivalent in the world. The exhibition runs until December 5th in Alytus. I congratulate everyone gathered at this festive opening of the exhibition. A truly great celebration, because Alytus is the capital of Lithuanian culture. Today, together with the collector Litvak, a Lithuanian Jew, Shmuel Tatz, and the French Cultural Institute, they have built a spiritual bridge from Alytus to New York, from New York to Paris, and from Paris to the former Grand Duchy of Lithuania, abbreviated as Jews used to call it Lita as an affectionate word. In the second half of September, Jews will celebrate one of the main holidays, Sukkot, or the Feast of Booths, which is the celebration of escaping slavery in Egypt. It just so happened that the collector, physiotherapist Shmuel Tatz himself, chose this day for the presentation of his collection. It was the best day of knowledge for him. So Litvaks, artists are returning on the eve of Sukkot holiday to the former territory of Litva from which they left, of free themselves from the oppression, darkness, and coercion, looking for the breath of fresh air, freedom, opportunities to continue to make art in other countries. Today we say welcome back, dear Litvaks. Thank you. Thank you, dear Shmuel, for collecting and preserving the creative heritage of the people of Litva with such care and attention. To give a welcome speech, we invite the mayor of Alytus city, Nerijus Sesulis. Hello, colleagues. Dear Shmuel, I think I won't surprise anyone when I say that today and this year, Alytus is the cultural capital of Lithuania. For 9 months, we carried that crown in our hearts. And you know, as if something was still missing in that crown. I think that today, that crown is complete. Today we have a unique exhibition, culturally and value-wise, which the synagogue, or now the Audiovisual Arts Center, has never seen before. Usually a person wants to be the first at everything. I did the same yesterday. I stopped by while driving down the street and was a little surprised when I looked through the window because I thought you could get a peek of the exhibition. But I saw that the window is covered with a special coating so that we cannot see from the outside. Therefore, you must come in here to admire the art. Today we have a unique opportunity not only to see this exhibition, but Mr. Yevgeny Kissin, a Grammy Award winner, a unique pianist to whom the whole world bows, strangely enough, will not play today, but instead will read his poems in Yiddish. Today, I had a unique opportunity to chat with Mr. Shmuel Tatz, and I asked him one such simple thing. Shmuel, what is the size of the collection you brought here, and how much is left at home? Shmuel said he brought only 30%, and I think we will hear from him if he will be willing to bring the other 70%. I really hope that this synagogue will see today what it has not seen before. This is an event not only for Alytus, it is an event for Lithuania, because Lithuanian people have yet to see this exhibition. So please spread the good news about our city, about our cultural capital of Lithuania, Alytus. And Shmuel, I sincerely thank you on behalf of all admirers of culture. Anyway, today I was looking for a simple picture, maybe one of the most famous pictures today, sheep behind a fence. I went around the whole exhibition and couldn't find it anywhere. It happens to be right here behind me. Enjoy the exhibition. Really thank you for coming here today, because it is my great honor that I can share with Alytus people things that I really like and love. I won't tell you anything else. Just look. The curator Yeva is here, who will say a little bit more about the exhibition. But in general, I talk about this collection in newspapers and on the radio. I talk about what I feel, how I started, and how much I paid. Everyone is interested. Listen, have a wonderful time. And two of my best, most famous friends have come specially to play for a couple of minutes the music that these artists adored. Because music and art go together. And I'm so grateful to Alytus that I felt a love for art and music here. And that is so much easier for me to live in the world, enjoying art and listening to music. And the most important thing to me is that in these walls, which have heard the Yiddish language for 100 years, today you will hear the Yiddish language for the first time, and a poem will be read that will make you think about who those Jews were, our real neighbors. That poem will be read by one of the world's most famous pianists, who agreed to come to Alytus to read this poem in the shtetl, especially for the sake of synagogue and this exhibition. Once again, thank you all very much. These are my childhood friends, who have known me since I was 5-6 years old. And also, I had the greatest pleasure to meet all my new friends. Thank you. We invite Vilija and Algimantas Pesackus to perform the piece Aria. Shmuel did not mention it, but Bach accompanied Soutine while he created his paintings. A truly genius composer who has some kind of aura, and when a person listens to his music, new ideas are born to him. Now, please listen. Curator Ieva Kuzmickaitė. I'm going to highlight a few things from which you can find the answers. Mysticism. Many people started calling me, asking me, where does the mysticism come from? And Jews? How will you explain? And how long will your speech be? There won't be a long speech. I'll tell you a few things from my life that you won't read in any books about how this exhibition started. It was mysticism, or maybe it was everyday life. About 8-9 years ago, I saw Rembrandt's Prodigal Son painting, and I stood by him for a long time. After that, I met Shmuel, who had the same story. Isn't that mysticism? He also stood next to Rembrandt for a long time before leaving the museum, and through Rembrandt he discovered Soutine. The same thing happened to me. I only started to be interested in Soutine through art history catalogs after seeing Rembrandt. I didn't see Soutine live until I came to Shmuel in New York, and there was my first acquaintance with Soutine's painting. Searching for answers, such lyric abstractions in his works are very similar to a prophet. And overall, what we are seeing here, it is mysticism. Here you cannot dance nor show Soutine paintings in the synagogue. It is a great sin what we are doing here. So let's all think about it. Please welcome Professor Antanas Andrijauskas. Good evening. I won't talk for a long time because I know that you're all very tired, although I could say a lot about Soutine. I fully understand why this wonderful evening takes place in Alytus. I myself lived and spent a year in Veisėjai. I used to pass by Alytus, and I understand how important this land is for people who live and grew up here. It is a great gift of fate that the people of Alytus have the opportunity to get acquainted with this wonderful collection, because in Litvak culture, Litvak art is an extremely important phenomenon of LDK and Lithuanian culture. This is the space, the civilization space of the LDK, which gave birth to many of the most brilliant creators and especially artists. We very often think and play up ourselves when we talk about ourselves, forgetting about those who were next to us in history for several centuries. However, it was the Litvak artists, of whom you see only a small part here, that were the most important in Western civilization, l'école de Paris, the core of the second generation, where the most genius artists of France and Western Europe were, with whom you now have the opportunity to meet. The core of this foundation was formed by the most important art teachers of the Jewish nation born in Lithuania, specifically in the ethnic territory of Lithuania, namely artists who shaped and created the art process of the independent Jewish state of Israel. This is why this exhibition is extremely important to us. Because it gives back what was actually a part of our culture. And in this exhibition, we see only fragments of that huge collection, which I hope will be visible in the Čiurlionis Museum in Kaunas and in Vilnius. Where we will be able to see the real face of this collection. In conclusion, I would like to draw attention to one simple factor. Shmuel left Lithuania almost 50 years ago. Look at how beautifully he speaks Lithuanian. And look at our immigrants who have almost forgotten the Lithuanian language after staying away for 10 years. This little fact says a lot about Shmuel. I was in close contact with him during the 14 years while this collection was being put together. And his intelligence, intellectual culture, inner elegance, and the musicality simply amazed me. I have communicated with many collectors in America, and Shmuel is an exceptionally educated person. And we should respect such people. I remember living in Veisei, when people spoke so warmly and beautifully about Jews, about Jewish workers who helped us. And it horrifies me that such a catastrophe as the Holocaust happened in our country. Therefore, we have to remember these things. We have to think about how to repay the debt to the Jewish people next to us. Thank you. Please welcome pianist Yevgeny Kissin.
Dear friends, it is my real pleasure to be present at this exhibition of wonderful paintings by great artists who were all Litvaks, Lithuanian Jews. The paintings collected by my friend Shmuel Tatz, another outstanding Litvak, a famous doctor, a famous physiotherapist. As we say in Yiddish, a herzlichen Mazel Tov und Yasher Koach. Many heartfelt congratulations and bravo to Shmuel. During the 18th centuries, when our people were in exile, we have lived almost all over the world. But Lithuania was one of the most important countries for our people. Vilnius used to be called Jerusalem of the North. I think it is very symbolic and meaningful that this wonderful exhibition is taking place in the building that used to be the synagogue of Alytus. Before World War II, the Jews were a majority of the Alytus population, and I believe that this exhibition will, among other things, serve as a memory of the Jews of Alytus who were all killed in the Holocaust. I am a musician, but my hobby is literature. I write poetry, prose, and other stuff in Yiddish. And now, on this occasion, I would like to recite one of my poems called Urbi et Orbi, which is about the tragic and heroic history of our people. Stolz ist mein Geist, streng mein Gestalt, Jahrhunderter 37 bin alt, von uralter Zeit, von Hedweiter weit, mich an, hinter mir seinen Ur und Hebron, Beersheba, Haran, Pneel und Mitzrayim, der Miber, Jericho und Jerusalem. Und wenn soll nicht sein, in Glück ziehen Pein, in Freude ziehen Zorn, Chleb und ewig Quellen mi Mehle. In mein Herz brennt gesäbert der Flamm von einem Dorn, in mein Seel singt die Harfe von David Hamelech. Die Schäumerin mit mir damit seinen, die äußerst gerkantige meine, die als Feierseil ist jeder Ost, in die weltische Nieder und Nacht, ist mein Leben an ewige Schlacht, und mir ist es mein bitterer Kost. Ich bin Aid, und not der revischer Schor, sie gefällt es euch, Herren, sie nicht, ich bin da.
Urbi et orbi. Proud is my spirit, stern is my demeanor. I'm 37 centuries old, from ancient times, from faraway places I come. Behind me are Ur and Hebron, Beersheba, Haran, Peniel and Egypt, and the desert, Jericho and Jerusalem. Wherever and whenever I am, in happiness or in pain, in joy or in rage, I live and will eternally live in any case. In my heart there burns forever the flame of the thorn bush. In my soul, King David's harp sings. Like guardians, my square letters are always with me. Every letter is like a pillar of fire in the global desert and the night. My life is an eternal battle, and my bitter cup is sweet to me. I am a Jew, and this prophetic hour, whatever you like hearing it or not, I am here. We invite you to enjoy the exhibition. We invite you to enjoy this day, the colors, the paintings, and the film installation. Thank you very much. A historical event and the cultural capital of Lithuania, Alytus. 2 of art's greats in one exhibition, from the collection of Shmuel Tatz, which has no equivalent in the world. The exhibition runs until December 5th in Alytus.